Hey guys, since we get a Lopera banner in approximately 4 days, we gonna take a look at how to play her in her most beneficial lineup, of course. Now let's take a look at her incantations first. Her incantation number 2 is very important and what we always gonna use first. This sets up a channel, it grants us 5 flaming bullets and puts us in a status where we perform an extra action at the end of the turn. These flaming bullets, when they trigger, they inflict 3 stacks of burn. That's irrelevant though. Now we have accumulated 5 flaming bullets. We will use our incantation number 1 to convert these flaming bullets into incantation bullets and into ultimate bullets. By using this incantation number 1, we distribute an incantation bullet to the ally in front of us and an ultimate might bullet to the ally behind us. That's why it is very important where to place Lopera in your lineup and here other characters as well, right? More onto that in a second. Another big point to take away here is that whenever an attack from Lopera would trigger a bullet, she would receive an additional Moxie. That is very important. Another thing I want to notice is that when entering battle you gain a Moxie. For every other beast, spirit or intelligence ally you gain +1 Moxie. You can gain up to 2 Moxie that way. So if you read this, you might come to the conclusion that you want to have 2 allies of either beast, spirit or intelligence flavors. That is not the case and you will see when we jump into battle exactly why this would be just an unnecessary overkill. Now onto the lineup and how should you place your characters and what characters do you even play Lopera with. I forgot to mention her ultimate. Her ultimate is just here to set up an array that increases the critical hit rate of all of our allies by 40%. There's a little bit more to it, but that is specifically here for Lopera, and when she triggers bullets then the critical hit rate would be converted into critical damage, right? That is just a passive effect that you don't actively have to pay attention to. This will happen anyways, right? It is here to increase our critical hit rate by +40% for the entire team, which is a massive buff, of course. Remember, critical hit rate is the most important stat to increase on all of your characters. It's the best buff in the game, is something that increases critical hit rate, just like this Lopera ultimate does, or like Mercuria's buff incantation would do. Alright, now it is very important where to place your characters. You always want the incantation bullet from Lopera that she applies to the ally in front of her. You want this to be Melania, of course. More importantly here, the key factor is that you place Recoleta behind Lopera, so that Recoleta is the one receiving the ultimate might bullet. As you know, Recoleta is all about using her ultimate, so that explains itself at this point. And then you add a healer of your choice. This can be any healer that you want, since the ultimate archetype team still does not have a healer. For the Psycube that you use for Lopera, that is her signature Psycube called the Third Commitment, and it is here to make our array increase the incantation and ultimate might of all of our allies further, right? Not further, but we gain incantation might and ultimate might by distributing our bullets, and our critical hit rate is increased by 40%. Now we have an additional incantation might and ultimate might by deploying our array with our ultimate. That's why we use this Psycube for Lopera. It's a signature. Now enough talk, let's jump into battle. Alright, here we go. Now you can already take away that Lopera starts with 2 Moxie available. Remember that whenever we trigger a bullet, we gain an additional Moxie. Our incantation number 2 gives us 5 bullets. That is what we always want to use first. After that, we use our incantation number 1 to distribute our bullets to our ally in front and to the ally behind. After we did this, we want to cast Recoletta's precast incantation, because now both Melania and Lopera have 5 Moxie accumulated. Now casting the precast incantation for Recoletta makes it a 50-50% chance of which ultimate will trigger. It will either be Melania's or Lopera's. Which one triggers is irrelevant, because both are perfectly beneficial for us. So it is not really a 50-50 gamble, because no matter what happens, we actually want that to happen, and it benefits us greatly. After we did these 3 things, we want to apply Passion Drain to all of our enemies. Remember from my previous video that your enemies will stay in 2 rows. One enemy will stay in the back line, as you can see this horse here. You attack this one with the incantation from Melania that attacks only one enemy. And the other row where 2 enemies stay in, you attack one of those with her incantation that attacks 2 enemies. This will not 100% guarantee you to hit all 3 enemies with Passion Drain, but it drastically increases your odds of that happening. So this is how you want to start every single battle off. Now the 50-50 chance made Melania use her ultimate. That is okay, because you can see we already accumulated 5 Moxie with Lopera anyways. And we don't even need her ultimate now necessarily, but if we can, why not set it up already, you know? And thanks to Melania we can accumulate more than just 5 Moxie with Lopera, which is also very clutch, as the array that we set up with her ultimate lasts for 3 rounds. Before these 3 rounds run out, or at this very turn those 3 rounds would run out, we want to be able to set the array up again so that it is active at all times. That, of course, so that our allies profit from the critical hit rate increase by 40%. Alright, then on the second turn. Now this is the time where you set up Recoletta to accumulate as much Moxie as she possibly can. And how you do this is with Melania, of course. Now we can see we don't have any incantation with Melania. This is the turn where you would reset your lineup so that you get access to the incantations with Melania. Now I have to accumulate here because I'm showcasing this in a series of Dusk, because I don't have Lopera and I have to enter. So same thing again. We apply the Passion Drain with Melania as we discussed earlier. Then we're gonna use Recoletta's incantations to make use of this Passion Drain and to accumulate as much Moxie as possible. Yeah, I actually used the incantations with Melania not optimally here, so we lag out a little bit on the Moxie production for Recoletta. It is not a big deal though, because we can still use her ultimate next turn. We can see here one horse still has Passion Drain, which is perfect. So we're gonna make sure to accumulate the last 3 Moxie that we need with Recoletta. Keep in mind, thanks to Melania being in our team, we can accumulate even more than our maximum Moxie, right? We can go above that, and each additional Moxie that Recoletta accumulates increases the damage of her ultimate drastically. Keep that in mind. But we're gonna go this route right here. We're gonna do this. This accumulates Moxie, and we can of course use our ultimate. Any ultimate that we use also increases the Moxie for Recoletta, so we don't even have to use her incantations necessarily. using her incantations though gives her stacks that she needs, right? You know all about how Recoleta works already. If not, I have a dedicated video explaining how to play Recoleta in her ultimate line setup. Alright, now before we use the ultimate with Recoleta, we want to make sure that we have the array open for Lopera by using her ultimate. We want to accumulate stacks of fixed plan by using Melania's ultimate. We're gonna go ahead and do that. Using these ultimates grants us Moxie. So now, thanks to the Passion Drain as well, we have enough Moxie with Recoleta and we can go ahead and use her ultimate. And this is how you play Lopera, right? She doesn't do too much actively except for the things in the very first turn. You accumulate bullets with her, you distribute these bullets, and then you're gonna go ahead and play your team. When it's time to use Recoleta's ultimate, you want to make sure that the array from Lopera's ultimate is set up so Recoleta is more likely to actually crit with her ultimate. And that's about it. That's how you play Lopera in her best possible lineup in the game, right? Easy as that. Of course, if somehow possible, you also want to make sure that before you use the ultimate with Recoleta, that you have an ultimate bullet accumulated with Lopera, right? Remember how this goes. You activate the channel, you use her incantation number 1 to distribute the bullet, and that's about it. After that, precast incantation with Recoleta, and with Recoleta, then you apply Passion Drain with Melania, and you make use of this Passion Drain by using an incantation with Recoleta.
My crucible really has a mind of Satan. This'll hurt longer if I miss. Wait for the pop.
Here, boom, see, this time the 50-50 chance between Melania and Lopera. We go to Lopera, we set up the array one more time, we apply Passion Drain, we gain Moxie with Recoleta. Now I want to show you real quick that you will see, right, since we did the combination of channel and incantation number 1 with Lopera, incantation bullet goes to her ally in front of her, that gives incantation might. The ultimate bullet, called ritual bullet, gives ultimate might, and you always wanted this ultimate might to be on Recoleta. That's why Recoleta has to stay behind Lopera in the lineup. And again, that's all about it. Then you apply Passion Drain, you focus on getting as much Moxie with Recoleta as you possibly can. And that's about it, right? That's really all there is to say about how to play this ultimate team. That's it for the video. We did go over everything twice, so things should be crystal clear. If you have questions about anything concerning this team, please hit me up in the comment section down below and I will do my best to answer you. I hope this video was fun and informative. If you like Reverse1999 content in general, please consider leaving a follow on my channel, I would really appreciate it. But until next time, don't forget to join the Discord server, link to that in the description down below. Take care of yourselves, have a great day, and we love this game.